Wheel Spy. Hey, what's up? So, I figured it was probably a good time to kind of make a video and get back to you guys and everything. I am back in the truck. I do have my flip phone. I'd like to show it to you. There you go. It is a Coolpad Belize is what it's called, and it is as basic as you could possibly hope for. Look at this thing. Giant numbers on here. I didn't realize it was as old person as it was when I got it. But I got it and I opened it up and I was like, ooh yeah, cool phone. I was like, oh, look at those giant numbers. This is for old people. I'm like, cool. So I know. Why did I get a flip phone? Well, a couple of reasons. One, I have found myself more and more at home. I was doing this long before I got irritated last weekend with technology. And I was thinking about doing this, and I was pushing for doing it, and I had already looked this up, and I decided that I wanted to buy one. And the reason was kind of twofold. One, when I'm at home sometimes, I don't want this with me everywhere I go, you know? It's just kind of big and bulky. The other thing is I tend to rely on this way too much. I'm always wanting to check Facebook. I'm always wanting to search up information. They can honestly wait until I get home, or it's not that important to try to figure out or something. The other thing is I'm always on this. Like I'll get on this, and I will try to find the fastest route somewhere, because you can just get on real quick and Google it and everything. And sometimes it's just not about that. Like life needs to be simpler. So the one thing about this is, you know, it doesn't have Google Maps. It doesn't have Facebook on it. It can barely get on the internet. And so this just is like, you know, you're out somewhere, you make a phone call to somebody, you're barely in contact with anybody, you throw this in your pocket and off you go. The second reason is that I needed another phone. Well, I wanted another phone as kind of a business phone for when I'm out on the truck, you know. And what it is I like to use this phone when I'm laying down. Let's say I get to a shipper, you know, or I get to a receiver or something like that, and I want to lay down and take a nap, you know, middle of the day. I'm getting older. Naps sound more fun. So I want to lay down and take a nap. I want to turn this off, you know, so that I'm not bothered. So in general, most people can't bother me while I'm taking a nap, because I want to actually take my nap. And I'll lay down. Somebody will call, and it's not that I don't want to talk to anybody. It's just that, you know, when you lay down and take a nap, you want to lay down and take a nap. You don't want to talk to anybody. So I will generally put this on silent when I go to sleep. Well, if it's on silent and I've given my number to the receiver or the shipper, they can't reach me, right? Except if I have this phone. So this phone has a number, and just like the other phone does, I know, surprise. So what I'll do from now on when I get to shippers and receivers is I'll give them this number. It's $15 a month. It's Boost Mobile. It's $15 a month, unlimited talk and text, anywhere in the country. It's an emergency phone in case something happens. This one will stay charged for days if you don't use it. But the other thing is I give this number to the receiver, like I did this day before yesterday on Friday. So I got to the receiver, I gave them this number, and I was on that phone, you know, playing around or whatever, when this phone rang, and they were able to call me and say, hey, your load's ready, pull forward, blah, 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 blah. So if I have to spend the night at a shipper or receiver for whatever reason, because we know it happens, go back and look at one of my rants, one of my most recent rants, I can give this number to the shipper or the receiver, and then I can turn that phone on silent and go to bed, and I know that when this phone rings, it will be the shipper or the receiver. So that's kind of what it is. There are some numbers on here. My brother's on here. My sister's on here. Two of my uncles are on here. My mother's on here, obviously. A friend of mine, a couple friends of mine are on here. And that's pretty much it. Some just the really, really important people in my life, I guess, are on that phone. Or people that I feel like need to have the number, or people that I feel like are good for an emergency contact. So, anyway, so that's who's on that phone, and that was the real reason for it. Now, as far as my being irritated with technology is concerned, I think we all get like that, you know. It permeates such a big part of our life nowadays that it's understandable once in a while to just get irritated with technology, just get tired of it, and just kind of distance yourself from it as much as possible. And that's kind of what I did. I spent Monday was I went out and saw Stan Zasnak. We hung out for a while and talked. I could see the new wood floor in his truck. And everything, so we talked about that. He's going to give me some seats. I was supposed to pick them up on Monday. The problem is I don't know if they're going to fit. They're the old seats. 2 of the seats are out of his burgundy truck, and 2 of the seats are out of his new truck. And I don't know if they're going to fit exactly, but I was going to take one and turn it into like an office chair for the office. I was going to put it on a big plate of steel and do all that stuff. Well, I don't have the right measurements, so he took he made a what do they call it? It's like when you take a piece of paper, and you take a pencil and you go across it, and it gives you the holes and everything. So I have the measurements basically. I can measure everything now, and really concentrate on like trying to make the stuff. Get the stuff together, make the stuff, buy the right wheels for it, buy the right stuff. So I'm looking at little compressors, because I thought it'd be cool to have an office chair, air ride office chair that goes up and down. I'm going to look at all the ways to make all that stuff, to make it and all that and everything. But he's got 4 chairs. I may take 1, I may take 2, I may take 1 for the office chair, I may take 1 for this truck. So supposedly they're universal, a tracing. What it's called? I think it's called no. It's like a rubbing. Like you rub it with a pencil. But anyway, I need to take measurements of this truck, which I haven't done yet because I've been lazy. Tuesday, I was all over the place. I went and took streetcar pictures. I went to get my first shot on my COVID. And then I went and dropped off some trains with a friend. And then what did I do? The rest of Tuesday night. I was real busy. Oh, I went and picked up the phone. That's right. I went Bluebonnet on my Bluebonnet sojourn that I go on every year. Didn't get a single picture because there just weren't any good pictures anywhere. And then from Ennis, I drove all the way to Fort Worth to pick up this phone up because it went to the old address. And I picked it up, came home, and I set it up at my uncle's house where it came to in Fort Worth, and then drove back home. I didn't get home until like 10:30. And I got up and I got home and got surprised that the pickup truck parking lights had been coming on and off randomly. So I thought I had to replace a headlight switch on the pickup truck. So Wednesday I kind of dilly-dallied around, didn't really do anything. And I had all of this stuff planned. Like Wednesday I was going to go take this truck in, get the oil changed, get a bunch of fluids checked, and just generally give it a spa day. And I just was so worn out from all the running I had done, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that Wednesday I kind of just was like, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing. So I did go down eventually about noon and check the headlight switch. Thought it was bad, so I went and got a new one. Brought it back. That didn't fix the problem. Ended up just disconnecting the battery and for the night, and then used the pickup truck the next day. And Thursday I took this truck. I got the oil changed. I got the transmission fluid changed, which you're supposed to change about every 250,000 miles. And I got the rear end changed. Both rear ends changed. So the transmission fluid looked good. The rear, the main rear end, the one that's closer to the cab of the truck. So both the rear ends on my truck are powered. It's called a twin screw. And then I have a switch on the dash that allows me to disconnect or connect the 2 rear ends together. So the rear end further back on the truck is not always engaged. It's only engaged when I flick the switch over here. That one. So, but the forward one is always engaged. That's the main drive axle. So that one actually did need to be changed. So they changed it. They changed the other one as well. It cost me like $1,600. Oh, and I had to do a wheel seal on the right front. So a lot of work went into the truck on Thursday. And then I booked a load Thursday for Friday, going to Florida. And the video that you just saw of the scenery and everything was actually from this week, because I got to looking at the video. I was going to do the rest of the video, the one that I didn't do last week. And I got to looking at it, and Dallas to Albuquerque to Phoenix to back to Dallas. And it's video that I've done before, a lot. And so I decided instead to go this way. I got pulled into the way station in Mississippi. And then while I was there, I asked the DOT officer, because he did an inspection, did a level 2 inspection. We passed, truck flying colors, everything was great. But I asked him if I could run down to US 90 and take US 90 across. He said, there's no restrictions, you can go that way. It's like, cool. So I ran down to US 90 and took US 90 across, and that was where you saw with all the beach and the bridges and all that stuff. It took longer. I'm not in a hurry. I'm in Reddick, Florida now. I have to go down to Miami Lakes and deliver it tonight at 11 p.m. It's currently 2:14 in the afternoon. I haven't even left yet. I've been making this video. I'm going to go over here when I get done and fuel up, and then I'm going to drive down there tonight and get unloaded, and then try to figure out what I'm going to do at that point. Because if I can park there, which I don't think I can, then that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll get up first thing on Monday, tomorrow, and try to find a load. But if I can't park there, I'm going to have to run back up to a truck stop that's kind of half space, which is probably going to end up being Vero Beach, about 2.5 hours away. And so I may run back up there. It's a little more centrally located. I might find something better coming out of Florida going somewhere. So, and then I'll probably sleep in on Monday, tomorrow, and then I'll try to find something for Tuesday coming out. So, not real sure what the next week holds. I have to be back on the 4th of April for my second shot of my COVID. And I know that that's probably going to knock me on my butt for a couple of days. So, I'm going to take some time off for that as well. And so, that's pretty much it. That's what I've been doing. I hope you guys are enjoying I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm back at it. I'm back in the saddle again. It's a song somewhere. Anyway, and we're gonna go for another couple of weeks. I don't know where I'm going. Probably not doing the window load. I really don't want to. I kind of want to be in control of what I do for the next couple of weeks. So I'm gonna book my own loads this week. Where I go, how I get there, what I'm gonna do, and be back probably the 29th or the 30th of April. So another week and a half, basically. About 2 weeks. What's today, the 18th? Yeah. So I want to be back. Maybe deliver on Monday, the 3rd, but then I have to be off on the 4th. So we'll work it out however we can work it out. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's what's going on. So you know the drill. Keep the shiny side up. I will see you guys down the road. Ha ha. Cha-cha-chow. That's really stupid.